watching to see what the truck would do. For a moment, it looked like he was going to follow, his headlights hovering at the edge of the exit ramp. But then, at the last second, he swerved back onto the highway, roaring past in a blur of lights and metal. I pulled over to the side of the road, my hands shaking as I finally let out the breath I'd been holding. The only sound was my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. I watched the truck's taillights disappear down the highway, fading into the darkness until they were gone. I sat there for a while, staring at the empty road, trying to make sense of what just happened. I'd been on plenty of late-night drives, but I'd never felt that kind of fear, that sense of being hunted. It was like the driver had zeroed in on me, intent on making my drive as terrifying as possible. Once I'd calmed down a bit, I pulled out my phone and looked up the nearest police station. I knew it might sound ridiculous, but something about that encounter had been too intense to ignore. I needed to report it, even if they thought I was overreacting. When I got to the police station, I recounted the whole story to the officer on duty, from the moment I'd noticed the truck to the terrifying game of cat and mouse on the highway. He listened patiently, nodding as I explained how the truck had followed my every move, mirroring my speed and refusing to back off. I could tell he was taking me seriously, which was a relief. The officer promised they'd look into it and said they'd try to track down the truck based on the description I'd given. A few days later, I received a call from the police department. They'd found the truck and its driver. Apparently, he'd been under the influence of drugs, his erratic behavior likely a result of a combination of exhaustion and whatever substances he'd been using.